Shack, the technology store.
First and 10, fourth quarter, and Joe Morris, with his best run of the day, picks up a giant first down just inside the Cardinal 30. Anthony Bell and Leonard Smith on the stop. And Terry, as we take a look at the rushing and passing numbers after 3/4 of the game, what does that tell you?
Well, that tells you that the Giants have had problems running all year, so they're throwing the football. It also tells me that the Cardinals' defensive secondary is not that good.
First and 10 at the 29. Sims with a tough pass to Bavaro, who breaks the tackle and gets inside the 10, fumbles the ball. We'll wait for the official call. Lonnie Young made the hit. Bavaro with a great catch and run, but coughed it up inside the 10-yard line. Second play of the fourth quarter.
Well, now they have that mad scramble for the ball. That where everyone's piling in, fighting, trying to pull it out. So when the ref finally gets down there to the bottom, who's ever the strongest ends up with the football. It's the, it's that team's ball, even though he may have not, had it in the first place. Giants are saying their ball.
And so are the referees. So the initial response from the Cardinals was that they had recovered it, but the Giants maintained possession. And Bill Parcells can breathe a sigh of relief here.
89, Bavaro. Simply little check on Bell, goes back across the center. Now notice this, he's got two guys on him, clears them, and then comes by Junior, who also has him, and he's running for the goal line, and now he will fumble the football. Now it's a mad scramble to see who ends up getting it.
Might have been William Roberts, I'm not sure, the tackle. In any event, the Giants have it, and the Cardinal fans boo the call, but it's first and goal. Inside the 10-yard line, Bavaro with his 10th reception of the game, 128 yards, best game of the year for Mark. Joe Morris fighting his way inside the 5-yard line, and this is where Morris and now tempers flare inside, pointing Lonnie Young and Leonard Smith. Two hard-hitting safeties. It'll be second and goal at the 4-yard line, and an important drive for the Giants. Lawrence Taylor, I think, would like to get on the field and contribute something.
Well, he's shouting. He's encouraging his team. Obviously, the Giants are playing with a drill, and they got it going now. The line's coming off the ball. They're running. They're throwing it.
And trailing by 10. Here's Morris. Down to the 2. Once again, Joe Morris has scored only one touchdown this season on the ground. 35 in the previous 2 years. And that time it was Lonnie Young and Nico Noga who stopped Joe. It'll be third and goal at the 2, and Harry Carson. Nearly 2 minutes going by in this fourth quarter. Third and goal, and here's Joe Morris in for the touchdown. Only his second touchdown rushing of the year, and the Giants, who at one point were trailing 21-10, have now come back to 27-23.
And you can just sense the turnaround. You can just sense that the momentum is all of a sudden changed. The Giants are shouting and hollering and screaming and fighting and scratching and clawing.
Raul Alegre. Gene Stallings is trying to keep his club hanging in there. The kick is good, and it's now a 27-24 ball game. So that extra point looms large for the Cardinals. The Giants trail by 3. In St. Louis now 27-24 Cardinals. Vi Sikaheva with a couple of great returns, including a punt return for a touchdown. Stump Mitchell doing the job on the ground for the Cardinals, and Phil Simms, the whole Giant offense through the air. And 12:52 remaining, Terry, in the ball game, and the Giants have shown some spark First the defense and then the offense in the second half.
The defense came out, set the tone in the second half. We questioned whether they would. It spread to the offense, and now it's a Sims-Bavaro show with the defense playing good aggressive football.
Big play on that drive was the pass to Bavaro here.
Well, there's a fine job by Sims standing in there, pumps, picks it back, and then Bavaro showing great determination as he makes the catch and takes it down, allowing Morris eventually go in for the touchdown.
McAdoo, 2 yards in the end zone, returning for the Cardinals. And he is ganged up on just short of the 20-yard line. So the Giants, who trailed 27-21 to 10 and then 27-10 after Mitchell's touchdown, at the half have come back to within 3 points.
The Neil Lomax show has been a show of explosion in certain halves and certain quarters. Early in the year against the Cowboys for 3/4 nothing, and then over 200 yards and 2 touchdown passes to win the game in the fourth quarter. Today we saw him come out hot, and now we've seen him going cold in the entire third quarter. Look for him now to open it up and Neil Lomax to get hot again.
On the 18-yard line, first down. Gets rid of it in a hurry to Mitchell. And Mitchell is dropped. Mark Collins on the stop.
You know, Dick, that's a pass that Neil Lomax didn't really want to throw to the back. He wanted to throw the football down the field, but because of the pressure, he had to unload it, get it out of his hands to avoid a sack.
Leonard Marshall, and his eyes, a determined defensive player who expressed his frustration yesterday. Lomax has only hit 5 of his last 13 passes. Second down and 10. Dumps it off this time to Broderick Sargent. Sargent close to a first down at the 29-yard line. Broderick Sargent, a second-year free agent out of Baylor. Both Sargent and Derek McAdoo, 2 free agents out of Baylor, and both long shots to make the Cardinals, made the team. Perry Williams that time made the stop. And let's see if we'll have a measurement. They're short by about less than a foot. The attendance here today at Busch Stadium in the final home game of the year for the Cardinals is 29,623. 29,000.
Well, you got to ask yourself, you know, maybe that's one of the reasons why Mr. Bidwell is giving thought to leaving. He can't pack this place in. This is a baseball town, and the Cardinals know that, and they don't like being second citizens around here.
Third down and 1, you're right. And I remember a couple of years ago when the Cardinals had shown some good play early and did not sell out early enough against the Rams or the Redskins. Third and 1 at the 27. Taylor anxious to come in, and leaping over the top, stump Mitchell, appears to have enough for the first down. Well, earlier on the NFL Today, Will McDonough had a report indicating that he thought the Cardinals would not be leaving St. Louis because of a lawsuit that the NFL hopes to win. It's a confusing and complex situation involving the fact that the Raiders would have to pay because they moved from Oakland into an expansion city of Los Angeles. And the same situation would apply to the Cardinals in any one of the 3 cities they're considering, and they would have to pay also. We talked to Bill Bidwell, Terry and I, and we'll tell you after this play what he told us. First and 10 Cardinals at the 30-yard line. Here is Mitchell, and he gets just 1, and that's all. Well, Terry, we went down to Bill Bidwell's office, and he said he was aware of all of those ramifications concerning the fact that there might be some problem in moving and the fact that there might be some money changing hands, but he said that that was not going to be a factor in keeping him from moving if he wanted to move.
Well, he's a smart man, and just to consider going to Baltimore and all the time and effort that's been placed in it, he obviously placed us, and he understood that when he went over there to meet with the Baltimore people.
Second and 8. Pass out of the backfield close to a first down near the 40-yard line. And Sargent on the receiving end. Banks having to be separated right now from Louis Sharp. And they're still trying to get the players away. There is Sharp.
One team looking for respect in the Cardinals. Louis Sharp showing that right there, showing the frustration that the Cardinals have experienced. Then on the course on the other side, the Giants showing the frustration of not being able to repeat and go to the Super Bowl. At least that's the way it looks this year.
Terry, when you win a Super Bowl, and of course no team has repeated since the Pittsburgh Steelers back in '79 and '80, and you know they're all coming after you. You know they're coming after you. What is your mindset when you're trying to repeat?
Well, it's very difficult to repeat in this day and time because of the money, and especially in New York, since they hadn't won in so many years, the pats on the backs, the books, the endorsements, everyone telling you how great you are. You have to start preparing to defend that title early in March and April, and I'm afraid the Giants really didn't get that going this year. It takes a lot of preparation to repeat. It's not something you can turn a key on, and it just happens.
1st and 10 at the 41-yard line. Lomax, and the whistle had blown. Taylor picks up the ball, but Leonard Marshall will get credit for the sack, and Marshall may be shaken up.
Leonard Marshall, 70, coming right up inside. As you can see, Louis Sharp punches him and turns him over to Todd Pete, the left guard, and actually Lomax, sitting short like he did, played into the hands of Leonard Marshall that time. He didn't have to go deep. He went short to make the sack.
He hurt his left hand in making that play, and they're working on him over at the sidelines. John Washington, number 73, has come in for Marshall. Just under 9 minutes to go, 4th quarter, 2nd down and 17 for the Cardinals on their 33. Play action, and Lomax drills it to J.T. Smith. He's got it. Into Giant territory to the 41-yard line. Good for 21 yards. Terry Kennard and Kenny Hill.
You have to give some thought to why the Cardinals threw the football when Leonard Marshall left. They cranked it up. Lomax play action, holding the linebacker, simple zone, and then the deep crossing route by J.T. Smith, getting underneath the safety, Kennard, making the first down catch.
And a big first down by the Cardinals, who at one time had a 27-10 lead. Now they're in front 27-24. Still plenty of time remaining. On the Giant 40. Lomax handing off to Broderick Sargent, who's tripped up at the 35, picks up 5 on the play.
Sargent, the ball carrier. Tackled by Pepper Johnson.
Pepper Johnson on the tackle.
When you go and talk to Gene Stallings, they have what they call quality control. It's a little deal that prints out everything that's done over the age of time. When time and the earth was created, it's right there.
A long time ago.
You bet. And then the Cardinals, they have a little deal that says that you can run those little draws on first down inside the 50-yard line because the linebackers won't blitz. They didn't blitz, they ran the draw.
2nd and 5, pitch to Mitchell. Sargent blocking, and Stump Mitchell spins his way for a first down and more inside the 25. Mark Collins and Kenny Hill on the play. He got 11 yards that time, and a big game for Stump Mitchell.
Miss Banks coming up from the outside in hot pursuit. Snap of the ball coming out, dodges one block, gets up, and now he's behind Stump Mitchell. He'll come in hot pursuit along with Leonard Mitchell, 70. Eventually, Kennard comes up. He tries to make the tackle. He misses.
Kenny Hill, who's a tough cookie, is shaken up and down on the field. Stump Mitchell has gained 90 yards on 20 carries. Keep in mind, his season's high was last week when he gained 101 yards against the Redskins.
Well, the Cardinals have found a running attack. Of course, with Earl Farrell being out with an injury, Farrell had 500 yards from a running back spot at fullback, and now Mitchell with over 500 yards as a halfback. That's a pretty good combination. You're going to see Hill coming up. There we are right there. Hill coming up, but of course his man, I believe that's, I can't see the number, but his own man actually comes underneath Hill, who's trying to make the tackle, and hurts him.
Might have been Mark Collins. But Hill is up and walking off on his own power. If the Giants lose this game, they are out mathematically in every way of any playoff hopes. If the Cardinals lose, they still are in the race, with the Vikings having lost today. Tom Flynn, the former Green Bay Packer, has replaced Kenny Hill at safety. 1st and 10 at the 24. 6:50 remaining in the 4th quarter. Cardinals lead 27-24.
Giants have to stop the Cardinals. They can't allow them to score.
Mitchell. Fancy move by Stump Mitchell. Picks up about 6 or 7 yards. And it's Mark Collins on the stop. And Mitchell is getting awfully close to that 100-yard mark.
So much for that Dallas move about showing everyone that you run to Mitchell and you run to Taylor. This time you're seeing the Cardinals actually running to the right, running at Banks, and having their greatest success.
Kenny Hill back in the ball game, had injured his shoulder, but he's back in there replacing Flynn. Time remaining in the 4th quarter. 2nd down and 2 for the Cardinals. Mitchell 3 yards away from 100. Inside, Sargent up to the 15-yard line, and let's see where they spot the ball. Probably closer to the 14-yard line, and it's very close to a 1st down. See if we have a measurement on this play.
Dick, we don't see many 3rd down, short yardage situations where we see a team come out and do play action passes. You know, Lomax is not the most nimble of foot, but this is an ideal time if you really want to blow a computer up and come out and do something that they have not shown. Play action, 3rd down, 3rd and short. I got a feeling we'd catch them by surprise. I also have a feeling that this is not something they're going to do.
They are short by about the length of the football, maybe less, and I think you called it a little bit when Lomax came out and the Giants had come back to 3 points, and you thought he was going to start to air it out and start to unleash his offense.
Well, you know, you never can keep that high state of performance. It comes and goes. You have a good quarter, maybe a good half, and then it goes down, and then you kind of regroup, and it comes back again. I sense now that, the Cardinals' offense is certainly rising back up to the occasion, feeling good about themselves.
3rd and 1. Sargent will have enough. 1st down, Cardinals. So if the Giants have to stop the Cardinals on this series from scoring, their task has been multiplied that much more. Now it's 1st down, St. Louis on the 12-yard line. 27-24 the score, and some scores around the league. The important game was the victory by the Packers over Minnesota. Philadelphia is out of playoff consideration. Big win for Buffalo and for New England. We have more. Pitch to Stump Mitchell. Mitchell inside the 10, close to the 5-yard line. The Redskins eliminated the Dallas Cowboys. The Rams stay alive. And they've been hot. Kansas City over the Raiders in the 4th quarter. The Steelers over San Diego. Tampa Bay. They could be in trouble and on the verge of being ousted if they lose their. Stump Mitchell has gone over 100 yards. He's got 105, his best day of the year.
And they're doing what they want to do. They're running the football. They're taking time off the clock, and they're advancing it down the field. Fixing to go in. Hopefully they think for a touchdown to put them away.
2nd and 3 at the 5-yard line, and Mitchell is dropped for a loss with under 4 minutes to go. Harry Carson making the stop. And that'll bring up a 3rd down for the Cardinals. 3rd and 5 for St. Louis. We want to welcome those viewers who saw the Rams beat the Atlanta Falcons today. The St. Louis Cardinals had a big lead, been cut to 3, and they have a 3rd down and 5 on the Giants' 7-yard line with 3:22 remaining in the 4th quarter. Neil Lomax, the quarterback for the Cardinals, on 3rd down. can't find a receiver and goes out of bounds, but there is a penalty marker down as well. Dick Stockton and Terry Bradshaw in a game that could mean the end of the playoff trail for the Giants if they lose. And for the Cardinals, they're trying to move a step closer to the Minnesota Vikings. Penalty was against the Cardinals.
Holding, as you can see there. Lomax anticipating man coverage in tight like this. Comes up and realizes he doesn't have man coverage. His route's no good. He has zone coverage.
Holding number 39, offense, penalty decline, 4th down.
Roderick Sargent, the fullback, was holding. It is now 4th down. And Al Del Greco comes in for the Cardinals. He's a new kicker who was picked up, former Green Bay Packer. And the Cardinals with 2 kickers on their roster, Gallery and Del Greco. Del Greco kicks the short ones. So the Cardinals, with a 3-point lead, will try to stretch it to 6 with 3:11 to go, and they held the ball for over 9 minutes on this drive.
This is no chip shot, even though that's what it seems to be, but he's already missed 1 extra point today.
27-yard attempt by Del Greco, and that extra point looms here. Del Greco's kick, no good. Misses off to the left. And a penalty marker is down. So let's wait and see. Jerry Markbright, our referee, and apparently it is against the Cardinals.
Illegal use of the body foul, tripping on the offense, penalty decline, kick is no good, timeout.
Well, Terry, the Giants held here.
Well, it's so much the Giants held him from a touchdown. The Cardinals should have gotten the field goal, and you can look, I can see Andy Hedden 54 as he goes to static, realizing now all they need is a field goal to tie this game up, send it in overtime.
Giant ball, 1st and 10 at the 20-yard line. Trailing by 3 with 3:08 remaining in the game. For the 4th quarter at least. Sims. Out to Bavaro, and Bavaro fumbles. And the Giants have it close to the 30-yard line, and they picked up nearly 9 on the play. Tim McDonald made the hit for the Cardinals.
Sims out scrambling. Bavaro standing up. Just standing there at the snap of the ball now. You see him check for the blitz, goes down, looks at the linebackers, comes across, notices pressure, then goes back against the grain and makes the reception.
2nd down and 1. And Galbraith, penalty marker down. Galbraith has the 1st down pending the flag. And the preliminary signal seems to be against the Giants. 2:31 on the clock.
Holding number 65, offense, that penalty is declined.
The Cardinals decline the holding penalty against Bart Oates and Billy Ard. They accept the one of the 2 holding calls. The Giants had 2nd down and 1. And now we'll have 2nd down and 11. The Giants at one time trailing 27-10 at halftime. They've come on in the 2nd half, but still trail. Sims swings it out to Galbraith. And Galbraith is tackled inbounds at the 24 by Gregory Johnson, and they won't get a play off before the 2-minute warning. Sims has hit his last 8 passes. And we have our 2-minute warning. The Giants still have 3 timeouts remaining. The Cardinals are in front 27-24. And Terry, Bill Parcells, of course, told his team this week that they were fighting for their jobs, if not a slim playoff berth.
And in talking to him, he just says, look, these guys know who they are. They know they are. And we're all our jobs are on line here. He's coming back. Parcells will be back next year to coach his team. But he knows the guys out there who haven't been giving it their all, the guys that haven't really prepared this year. And he just said, I'll put up with it early. I understand, you know, the Super Bowl. But now I'm not going to do it. He says, fellas, it's off. It's off. Now, by golly, you either go out there and show and prove it to me, or you're out of here.
And something must have happened at halftime, because Lawrence Taylor and Carl Banks came up steamed up in the third quarter, and their defense set the tone, and then the offense picked it up. And the Giants, with touchdowns in the third and fourth quarters, have shut out the Cardinals here in the second half. We want to remind you, coming up next, 60 minutes, except on the West Coast. 2 minutes remaining. Third down and 6 for the Giants on their 24-yard line.
Who do you double? Do you double Bavaro? Do you double Manuel? Who do you double? If you double 2, you leave 2 single coverage.
Sims has Galbraith for the first down. Just made it, in fact, to the 32-yard line. Gregory Johnson on the stop. Clock continues to run, and the Giants in their 2-minute offense, and again, they have all 3 timeouts remaining. First down at the 31. Sims up the middle, and it's intercepted. Travis Curtis. The 5th interception of the year by Travis Curtis. He has 5 of the 12 interceptions by the Cardinals. The story of the game, the Giants special teams put him in a hole early. By Sekahema with a punt return for a touchdown and a long kickoff return for a score. It was 27-10 at the half. The Giant defense has shut out the Cardinals in the second half. The Giants have come back, but the interception by Travis Curtis may have been the final nail for the Giants. First and 10 Cardinals on their own 47. 1:35 remaining. Stump Mitchell gets to midfield, and this was the big play by the Cardinals defense.
For those of you who just joined us, this is the play. Giants were driving. Sims dropping back, trying to find Bavaro. 46 McDonald. He overthrows him, intercepted by Travis Curtis, number 20.
You're looking at a portion of the Cardinals secondary, particularly their safeties, Leonard Smith and Lonnie Young. Travis Curtis with a big play, but now it's 2nd and 7 for the Cardinals at midfield with 1:29 remaining. The Giants have 2 timeouts to go. Stump Mitchell and Pepper Johnson hits him. A loss on a yard on the play. It was Pepper Johnson with help from Carl Banks. And the Giants are forced to use the timeouts because of the interception on defense, and now they have 1 left. Following football tonight on CBS starts with 60 Minutes, followed by Murder, She Wrote, and the Hallmark Hall of Fame, Foxfire. That's tonight on CBS.
Dick, if I were the Cardinal coaching staff, I wouldn't call a play where Lomax had to turn around and pitch the ball to anyone. If you saw the earlier game with the Cowboys and the Redskins, the first score the Redskins got was when Danny White turned around and pitched to Walker off the left, a fumble, and then set up the first touchdown by the Redskins. I wouldn't do that. If anything, I'd just take a snap by Lomax and get down on one knee if they're going to do that, because if they fumble that baby and they put him over the 50, they'll lose this football game.
3rd down and 8 for the Cardinals on their own 49. Giants have 1 timeout left. They give it to Mitchell. He doesn't make the first down, but gets good yardage, and the Giants will use their last timeout right here. Mitchell is stopped at the Giants 44 by John Washington. And the Giants are out of timeouts, but it'll be 4th down and 2 yards, and Horn will have to come in and kick. Well, the playoff scramble continues thanks to the Packers beating the Minnesota Vikings today. And now the Rams trail Minnesota by 1 game. If the Cardinals hold on and win this game, they too will be a game behind the Minnesota Vikings. But the Cardinals, if they end up in a tie with the Vikings, have a better conference record than Minnesota and would get the wild card berth. Now the Rams could also end up in a tie, but they would not get the nod. In any event, both the Rams and the Cardinals could win outright. There's still time. 2 games to go in the year. 4th down, and Horn is kicking. The Giants don't have anyone back. Penalty marker down, and we'll have a roughing the kicker call. They got Horn, and that's the 2nd time the Giants have run in to the Cardinal punter today.
Penalty flag down. Ball is down at the 4.
Special teams. The Giants, if they lose, it's the special teams that did them in today.
All-out effort this time.
Personal foul, roughing the kicker, running into the kicker. Number 82, defense, 1st down.
You're going to see Gregory Johnson, actually 27 of the Cardinals, block the outside rusher into the kicker, and that's what the Giants were hollering about. Mark Ingram, the guy that he went right over. All-out blitz, all-out rush by the Giants to get in and block this punt. But there's the block right there on Ingram that knocks Ingram into the kicker. Bad call, lousy call, terrible call.
Ingram called for running into the kicker. Earlier in the game, Adrian White ran into Horn. A more clear offense, penalty marker down, and the Cardinals just trying to use up the clock. The Giants are out of timeouts. A very tough call, and we did not get any whistle from upstairs to see if they were going to review the tape. In any event, we want to remind you that coming up next is 60 Minutes, except on the West Coast.
I'm surprised.
Encroachment foul, number 58, defense, 1st down.
That was Banks.
I'm surprised that the Giants didn't protest louder. You know, normally if a team screams and hollers and goes crazy, normally everyone Boatwright will stop action and go look it up. You know, you got to get these guys' attention. I'm surprised they didn't do that because they were in the right then.
Not much of a protest, and now the crowd standing. If this is the last game ever in St. Louis for the Cardinals, the crowd wants to see it come out with a W.
Well, the first game was with the Giants. Maybe the last game is with the Giants.
Well, it is. They lost that one in 1960, and this one they'd like to turn around. So the future of the Cardinals hangs in the balance. But as far as their football team is concerned, Terry, they're definitely alive mathematically in the playoff fight. The Vikings losing. They're now a game behind. The Rams are in contention as well.
I know the Cardinals' offensive line with Sharp and Robbins, and these guys in there, Smith and Pete, have to be pleased with the effort they got today, not only protecting but blocking for Mitchell.
And that should do it. The Giants, the Cowboys, and the Eagles eliminated. Tampa Bay, if they go on and lose, also out. Green Bay stays alive, and so it finally is over. They are now the ex-Super Bowl champions. The Cardinals have defeated the New York Giants 27-24 in perhaps the finale at Busch Stadium in St. Louis forever. We'll be back.
The Cardinals had not been officially eliminated from the playoffs. All they've been this year is officially bad coming into this game as well. The most important thing was, would the St. Louis Cardinals be playing their last game at Busch Stadium in St. Louis? It appears that way, and the fans thought so as well because they stayed away. Will they be in Phoenix, Baltimore, Memphis, Jacksonville Cardinals? Who knows? But likely they will not be at Busch Stadium. Only minutes into the game, Sean Landeta punting for the Giants. Vi Sikahema is back there to field the kick. And then he takes off running. Watch him burn the entire Giant squad, but watch Sean Landeta try to make the tackle along the sideline. It waves at him as he goes by. See you later. 76 yards on the touchdown. St. Louis leads at 7-0. Cardinals pretty much dominated the first half. Neil Lomax hits tight end Robert Awald, 20 yards on this touchdown, and he is wide open in the end zone. St. Louis led 27-10 at the half. Giants did improve in the second half. Bill Sims throws to Lionel Manuel, 17-yard touchdown, and he's open as well. Giants within 3 is 27-24. Sims had to throw a lot in this game, as you can see. And in the waning moments of the game, Sims throws over the middle. Travis Curtis intercepts the ball here as he dives in to catch it. And the Giants are officially the ex-champions of the National Football League as the Cardinals win it 27-24. The Cardinals now 6-7 on the season. The Giants, that's right, as you said it before, Chris, 4-9. At Tampa Bay,